You might have listened about that your friend might have said you some time ago that he or she cannot leave smoking, that this is not possible, this is beyond their control, now they cannot leave smoking or any kind of drug addiction. And you might be thinking that seriously, does this make sense, is it possible or not? So these kind of questions and these kind of sentences you might have learned or you might have listened from your friends or strangers or whoever. Okay, so my point is, like, I want to explain something, like why someone feels that they cannot leave these kind of addictions. And if you will ask them, then they will have no answer. Then they will say, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think that I can leave. I have tried like few weeks. I have left smoking, but after that I started. Earlier I was smoking a lot, but now I have reduced, so I am reducing. But really, do they are they becoming successful in leaving that smoking habits or these kind of habits? So in this situation, I would like to tell those people, if you are addicted with these kind of smoking or any kind of drugs and you feel like you cannot leave this, and if you want to leave them but you are not able to leave because you know that your immunity and your lots of things are in danger, because these drugs are directly affecting your immune system and which will invite lots of diseases in your body, which you may or may not aware of. But when you will be aware of these diseases, then it will be very late. So you might have asked yourself that why I am not able to leave these things, even though I want to leave, but after some time I start again. So I want to explain something, like this is because you are emotionally attached with your smoking, your cigarettes. You might be thinking, what? Emotional attachment? Are you crazy? Emotional attachments are not with cigarettes. It's like it's with girlfriends. No. The thing I want to say is, like, let's assume a situation like you have a friend, okay? And if you are happy, that person is a very close friend. When you are happy, you tell that person that this is the reason for your happiness. If you are sad, then you tell that person, you call that person, or you go to that person and say that you are sad because of this reason. If you are feeling bored, in that situation also you want to talk to that person. If you are feeling depressed, in that situation also you want to talk this person. That is your close friend. So in every kind of situation, even that is a positive situation or a negative situation, you want company of your emotional or your closest friend. So now what's wrong in this thing? Now suppose that person, that so called your true friend, now is not feeling good with you due to some kind of ego clashes or any reason. He wants to leave you, or maybe he was working somewhere and his company transferred him into different city, and now he's so busy in his life that he cannot give you time and attention that he used to give before. Now you are lonely. Now what will you do? When you are sad, you have no one, you will miss him. When you are happy, you will miss him because you have no one to share this thing. When you are feeling so excited, when you are feeling so depressed, you want to share your emotions with someone, but you have no friend now, and that will make you feel more lonely and more depressed. And if you are happy, feeling very good, your happiness will reduce. Reason is that you are missing that person with who you were sharing these things, because you are in a habit to share those feelings with that particular person. Similarly, when you are happy, you are smoking a cigarette. When you are sad, then you are smoking. When you are depressed, you are smoking. And when you are feeling excited, you are smoking. So, knowingly or unknowingly, you have made your cigarette your friend kind of thing. You are inviting, or you are including cigarette in every emotional moment. you know so when you want to leave this thing, suppose you have left cigarettes and now you are feeling sad, then you are missing your friend. Like, where is your cigarette? Where is that drugs, whichever you were using? Because you were in a habit to share your feelings, like at the time you are smoking and talking with yourself, and you are feeling like, yes, good, but that time cigarette is playing a role of a friend. This is something imaginary, in an imagination. Like, I am just trying to use these kind of examples to explain you. I am not meaning literally, it is just an example that you are including smoking or cigarette in every emotion. And now you are leaving, and now you want to feel that emotion, and you are feeling like you are missing something. What is missing? Because you were in a habit to smoke while feeling that emotion. And sometimes, if you might have observed your actions, then you might have observed that when you are very angry or anxious, you were smoking a lot. Now same situation is coming, and now you are not smoking, you are feeling like you are insecure, unsafe, there is something emotional. Now this cigarette is playing an emotional role in your life. So this is why I am saying emotional attachment with cigarettes. So if you want to leave this thing, you have to understand that, likewise, suppose you are in a relationship with a girlfriend or a boyfriend, and sometimes like breakup happened and now you want to move on, then it is not going to be easy. You are not going to move on within just 1 week. You will take time. Like, sometimes for it differs from person to person, but on an average it takes like 6 months to move on, or at least 2 months for some people. So don't think that after you can leave cigarettes for 1 week and after that you will be normal. No, this is not going to happen. And some people say that it's okay, occasionally it's okay, like they can leave for 1 week or 2 weeks, 3 weeks or 4 weeks, and after that it is okay to smoke some cigarettes. Like, it's like you want to forget your ex, but you say that I will stay in touch with my ex, and that ex is toxic. Is cigarette toxic or not? Is it doing something good for you? Is it providing some nutrition to your body? Is it improving your immunity? You know these things. So if cigarette is your friend, then is cigarette your good friend or a toxic friend? So if you are in a relationship with someone toxic, would you like to see that person after 1 week or 1 month or 2 months? What is the point? You want to forget someone, and if you will keep on looking at them, then do you think you will forget? No, if you want to leave your ex or move on, then you have to completely leave. You have to just look into your future and fix a goal and work for it, instead of looking back on the memories of your ex and thinking, wow, that was so beautiful time. You should focus like what damage this thing did to your life and would have done to your life. The thing is, when you will focus, then at some point of time, even when you are in a toxic or a dangerous relationship, at some point of time it is going to fail and your patience will be done. You will think that okay, it's done, it's the limit, now I cannot do this anymore. Now then what will you do? You will think that okay, I cannot take it, and now I am moving on, I am leaving. This is what people do with cigarettes. When cigarettes or any kind of drugs, when that drug starts to affect your life, will start to cause your pain, feel pain, you feel like now I need to leave. If you have to leave this thing in future, then why you don't think about these things, that if I have to leave this thing in future, I can leave this before also, and it will take time. It's like a move on thing. It will take time and life will become easy. But who will explain you these things? Do you think someone will come and someone will tell you these things and then your life will change? Do you think this is going to happen? Do you think someone will explain you better than yourself? No. Others can only indicate the dangers that will come in your life. That's you who need to sit with yourself and think for how long you are going to do this thing. Do you really think that you cannot leave? You need to think the way you have started this thing. When you smoked cigarette for the first time, did you know or did you think that you will not be able to leave this? Suppose you are smoking for the first time, and if someone asks you that can you leave the cigarette, then you will say yes, I can leave because I am not addicted. So same way you have to do this. Like you are increasing the time, you are increasing the quantity, like you are increasing 2 cigarettes to 4, 6, 8 cigarettes. Likewise, you are increasing the days also. Similarly, now you need to take the U-turn. Like U-turn means changing your habits. The way you started, now you have to reduce that. You have to reduce the quantity, reduce the time that you give to these kind of habits, and the same way slowly you will find yourself like now you are in your control. This is the way you can take your control. So this is emotional attachment with your smoking. So if you will realize this thing, only then you can move on. If you don't realize, then there is no one who can make you realize these things. You are the one who can make you realize the reality, and you can work on it. Thank you.